Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about my first flight experience, international flight. So my first flight experience, actually my first flight, that was the first time I ever was on a plane. So this was when I was going to Belgium as an au pair. So the day started off well. I prepared my things, I made myself ready, and I think the flight was supposed to leave in the afternoon. So I put my stuff together and my family took me to the airport to say their goodbyes, and that's that. So checking in was not a problem. We checked in nicely, and yeah, the flight was okay. It was, yeah, for my first time experience, it was actually it went really well. So and the we had a layover. I'm not going to say which airline it was or where the stopover it was, because obviously you're going to know the airline. So we had our stopover, and yeah, we waited. So as we were waiting, I was thinking in my mind, when the check-in officer comes, I'm going to go, of course, after those with children and those from business class. I'm going to go there so that I'm the first economy class person to board, so that I don't have to wait for so long. So the officer came, checked in the first class and those with children, and then the economy class turn came. So I was the first one there. I gave him my passport and he checked and he told me, "Madam, please move aside." And I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" But at that time I was not even paying attention to anything. So everybody else checked in the plane, and I was the only person remaining there. So he took my passport and he asked me, "Why is your visa for Belgium and yet you're flying to Cologne?" And I told him, "Yeah, my host family booked the visa for the air ticket for me. I'm going to Cologne, yes, but they're coming to pick me from Cologne, then we're driving to Belgium. And mind you, from Cologne to Belgium is approximately 2 kilometers. Not 2 kilometers, 2 hours. That's almost 200 kilometers. So he said, "Yeah, I can't allow you to board the plane." And I begged him and told him, "Please, they're waiting for me. Please just let me board the plane. I'm not going to stay in Deutschland in Cologne. I'm going to alight in Cologne, and then they're coming to pick me. We're going to Belgium because I'm on a plane in Belgium, not in Deutschland." But the man said no. So miserable. I was so miserable. Of course, they then took my luggage. They took everything. Everything they took. They left me with nothing. They took my hand luggage, my passport, and I was just there. So they took me to their office and they left me there. Of course, by this time my flight was already gone. So they left me there for almost a whopping 4 hours. Nobody's coming to check on me. 4 good hours. Nobody offered me water. They offered me no food, no drink, no snack, nothing. This whole 4 hours, mind you, it was my connecting flight was leaving almost at lunch hour. So I was expecting maybe I would get time to eat. Nothing at all. Nothing. Not even a sweet or something. Nothing. So, and I'm just bawling. I'm crying and crying. I was so hysterical. I was crying and thinking, "Oh my God, what's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to me?" I cried and cried and cried alone in that room. The tears I shed there, I've never shed them before. So these 3-4 hours I was spending there just crying. And then there's a lady came in. She was a little bit nice and she asked me if I would like to, if she can offer me a drink or so, but I just said no because my emotions were all over the place. I was just waiting for the time to come that I may leave there. So, and the lady came and she went. And then another one came, and telling me this one was rude. She was so rude. I felt like just punching her in the face. Anyway, that's beside the point. So she came and she told me, "Yes, madam, we found a flight for you to Belgium. It's leaving in an hour or so." And that's after leaving me there for almost 4 hours. So they told me the flight is leaving in an hour, and and I told them, how am I supposed to inform my host family that I'm going to Belgium and not to call because they're waiting for me there? And she told me, I don't care. You either board on this flight we have booked for you, or you go back to Ghana. And I looked at her like, Ghana? You have my passport. I don't come from Ghana. I come from Kenya. I don't care, woman. Imagine, this is a fellow woman. She was so rude. And she said, don't care, woman. You either go to Belgium, or I'm going to send you back to Ghana right now. I'm telling you, I was so shocked. I started crying again. I cried, and she just left me there. So, anyway, I had no choice. I had to take this, of course, I had to take the flight. So, mind you, this time I have nothing. The phone numbers for my guest family, or rather my host family, they were in my pass. In my past, they had taken them with. They literally nothing. I don't understand why, but I was just sitting there alone, nothing, no hand luggage, no pass, no passport, nothing. So, after about half an hour or so, this rude lady came, and then she led me to another gentleman and told the gentleman, take her to the check-in gate. So the gentleman took my passport, and by this time, as they were not sending me to the gate where I'm going to fly to Belgium, they finally gave me my luggage, my hand luggage and my pass. So I was just behind the man walking. I'm telling you, my eyes were swollen and red from crying. So they took me to the checking gate, and then he gave the passport to the man, then told the man, don't give her the passport back until she's boarded the plane. And I was thinking, where am I going to run to here? We don't have anywhere to run to. We don't have anybody. What am I going to do? So anyway, he gave me my passport. He gave the man my passport, and then when we were boarding, he gave me back my passport. So we boarded and landed in Belgium. So in Belgium, I was wondering, what am I going to do now? I'm here. I have no phone. I have nothing. And by this time, my luggage, of course, the one that I checked in, it was in Cologne somewhere. So I had to go to the missing luggage desk and register and say, my luggage, blah, 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 it's missing. And they told me to give them the address where I was staying so that they're going to send me. So I gave them my address, and now in my head, I was thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to find my host family? So I just thought, I'm just going to go to the hall where people wait, and I'm going to look for police or somebody, and maybe they could help me. So as I was going out, to my surprise, there was my host mom. And I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I almost started crying. I was so relieved that, So I found my host mom there. And my host mom told me, I'll take you back a little bit. When you were in this stopover, there was a Kenyan lady there who was supposed to be on the same flight. And we talked a little bit, and I told her, I'm going to be on a plane in Belgium, but I'm first going to Cologne, and then from Cologne I go to Belgium. And she said, that's nice. So we talked for a while. And when she landed in Cologne, I don't know how this happened. It's just God. And said, excuse me, waiting for someone. She said, yeah, there's someone I'm waiting for. She's supposed to come from Kenya to here, and supposed to go to Belgium. And she said, I think I saw her, but she was not allowed on our flight. So we left her there. And she was like, and I think that's when it hit my host mom that maybe she's been sent to Brussels. So she thanked the lady, and they drove all the way from Cologne to Brussels. That's another whopping 2 hours. Mind you, they're driven from Brussels to Cologne. Now they had to drive from Cologne back to Brussels. That's 4 hours to and from. And mind you, they had 3 children. And then I think it was summer, and it was hot, and the children were tired, and they were sleeping in the car. And by then it was almost 10:30 at night. So there she was, my host mom, and I was so glad that she was there. Yeah, and we hugged, and I almost cried, really. But we went to the car, and it was already too late. I couldn't say hi to the kids; they're already sleeping. So she just showed me to my room, and the next day I told them my whole story, and they just wondered why this had happened. So anyway, after 2 days, then I finally got my luggage. but I don't know what they did to my luggage. My CDs were missing, the ones that came in from Kenya. Some spices were missing, the ones that came in from Kenya. My cosmetics were missing. A lot of stuff was missing, my books and so, but I was in my coffer. My suitcase was broken into. And I was just like, it doesn't matter. As long as I have my suitcase, I have my clothes, that's all that matters. I'm telling you, if I knew that that was the way my flight was going to be, I could have thought, oh my goodness. And from that time, I just thought, I don't think I'm going to fly ever again. Once I fly home, that's it. But yeah, that was my horror first flight experience. And feeling it was the worst. And really, the way I was so psyched and so happy. Yeah, my first flight, I'm going to fly. And then that happened on my first flight. That was the worst experience I've ever had. So guys, if you also had such an experience, such a terrible one as me, I hope not, please share with us in the comment section below. And yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.